Okay, Wayne, can you give us some news, please, on Rangers and Celtic, their ingoings and outcomings? What's going to be happening for them this window?
Yeah, I mean, Rangers are still really active. Lewis have bought Fabio Silva on the loan deal, and they're looking at least 2 more before the window shuts. The priority positions for them, I think, are left back and another attacker. Michy Bashaw is one they've held talks with. That deal's now collapsed, and he's like to join another club. He's got a lot of offers on the table, but Rangers are certainly really active, and Celtic also looking to bring in players. Interestingly, Celtic also looking to bring in a left back as well. And I think, Brian, you have some information, don't you? Some new information in terms of a top Celtic target.
Well, the boy Kuhn is coming in, that's for sure. Nicholas Kuhn from Rapid Vienna. He's coming in. He certainly it's got to the talk stage anyway. So. And there's also a boy called. So
I could ask you. So Kuhn is likely to happen.
It looks as though it's likely to happen. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Is that quite advanced then? Is it, Brian?
Pardon?
Is that quite advanced, that deal?
Apparently so. He's and the clubs have agreed.
Yeah.
The other one that Celtic tried to bring in earlier was a boy called Matthias Kvistgården at Bromby. He was a player that they were looking at. They're not sure whether Bromby are going to release him because they'll soon be leaving to, I'm not sure whether they're going to Spain or Portugal because my pal Brian Horn is arranging the tournaments over there, the old Millwall goalkeeper. And Bromby are a club that he takes away a lot in pre-season. But whether they'll be prepared to leave him. Of course, the thing that's been in the news has been the way the boy Liel Abada, the Israeli boy. Apparently, there's a group up in Celtic they call the Green Brigade, who seem to make life a little bit difficult for him at the moment because they're very pro-Palestinian.
Yeah.
Now, whether that's true or not, it's not a nice place for him to be. But those are the 2 players that I heard there.
So there's a lot to clear out, Lewis. I mean, talking about Celtic, they've got, for me, there's about 10 players got to go this window. McCarthy is never seen. He's on a 5-year contract or something. Just put him out on loan. Get him away for the club because he's never going to get near the first team. I mean, what can I... Listen, he's all right. He's getting really good money. His agent's done a great deal for him. But sometimes you want to say, can I play football? Yeah, I can still play football and I want to play. It doesn't matter where you go. Just go and play football. You're still getting the same money. Mickey Johnson, for me, has got to go. I think there's better players coming through. You've got to give them a chance. You can't give Mickey, because he's been there for years now, 7 years or something. Enough's enough for me. He's got a talent, but he's never stamped his authority and got a first team spot. And it's always when people are injured and all that. And that's not 7 years at a club. No, I would let Turnbull go because there's loads of players in midfield coming through. And I think they're better outcome than Turnbull. I think he's done all right, but he's a good player, but not the way Celtic want to go, I don't think.
Frank, are fans allowed to feel concerned with the lack of movement already? I know we're already a week into the window and there was lots of talk. Brendan was saying he wants, a good few bodies through the door and nothing really has happened yet apart from 1 or 2 outgoings. Are fans allowed to be concerned?
Of course, yeah. I would be, yeah. I'm a bit concerned as well. It's, but I don't know why Celtic always wait to the end. I mean, unless they're talking to people, I can see a couple of loan signings coming in this year. I think and if we sign 2 players and get a couple of loans in, then I'll be happy. I think somebody's got to push Joe Hart. Seagrease and that, let him go. Bain, let him go, because for me, they're not good enough to push. So there's just a lot of players there, isn't there? I mean, there's a lot of players that's, Iguchi. I mean,
Frank, on that note, because I was going to ask about that actually, Iguchi today, he's officially left. He's joined Vissel Kobe, so he's gone to the J-League champions on a permanent deal. Are you pleased that business is done?
Oh, I'm pleased because he's not going to get this. And when everyone was injured, and Bernardo come in, I thought, well, you know, he's got I thought Iguchi, he came with Kyogo and that at the same time, but he's never really hit the ground, did he? So he came over, he's tried, and he's went back over. He went back over to, good luck to the boy, because he came over and tried it. The other two boys hit the ground running, he didn't. Well, the other three boys, you know, Kyogo, Hitati and Maeda. There was four of them come over, and three of them done it, and one didn't. I think Iwata's a good player. You've got to keep him. I think he's unfortunate with injuries, but I think he's a good player. I just think there's a lot of midfield players at the club that's, you know, I don't know how they're going to. I would like two for each, two good players, you know, like, I mean, Maeda and Abada over there now. That's two that you can use it. And you've got James Forrest, he was getting another year in his contract. He'll be a bit part player next year, but that's okay because he's getting on in years. And he'll be happy to do that. And then the left hand side, you've got Palmer, you've got Yang, and I don't know. I think he's bringing somebody else in, isn't he, for the left wing? Somebody told me.
Yeah, there might be some talk. You've just watched a segment from Football Insider's brand new podcast, The Inside Track, with me, Lewis Pearce, alongside the guests on the show. Thanks very much for tuning in. Please do give the video a like, comment your thoughts on the topic, and feel free to share on your social media pages. If you want to listen to the full podcast episode, click the link in the description below. Keep your eyes peeled for plenty more content and exclusives here on The Inside Track.